Is it time for noodles and Deadpool?
Prince of the Bear here. Today, we're doing local.
We are at Oodle Noodle. We're very close to Universal and somewhat close to Disney World.
So it's your number one choice of foodie infotainment. When there's things to eat, we're gonna oodle them up. So remember, she's vegan, I'm not. Let's go get some noodles.
It's time to foodie and chill. This is the vegan spring roll. I've been here many times and I have never been able to get a spring roll here, and I'm like super excited. You get 4 because of this beautiful chili sauce. So I'm just gonna go all in. It's like a little baby chimichanga. It was super hot, very crunchy, but very tasty and filling. I think what really makes it is the sauce. It might be something that I order from now on because I really like it. And Bear and I like we even get takeout here. Like we come here a lot. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 spring rolls.
Take my own springy roll here. We should have had a vegan chimichanga, but finding vegan chimichanga is not easy here in Orlando. You'd think it would be, but apparently not. Cheers to this. That spring roll burns my insides like Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds running up Scream Time. This is a buddy movie. Like, this movie is literally just about their friendship with like a superhero skin over top of it. It's just a ridiculous reason to just get them to be able to work together with Disney footing the bill. And in some ways it works, in some ways it doesn't. Spring roll though, 3.5 out of 5 balls.
Now this is something that Bear and I always get every time we come here. They have a spicy barbecue edamame. It is so good. Delicious, tasty, flavorful. I love this edamame almost as much as I love the many, many cameos that were in Deadpool. You're gonna have to watch it, not just the cameos, but in true Marvel fashion, all of the Easter eggs. You're gonna have to watch it many, many times. I'm gonna give the edamame a 3.75 out of 5 edamames.
If it's one thing I'm never gonna say no to, it's a deliciously sauced plate of edamame. It's spicy, garlic, barbecue. Look at that. Look at little barbecue, garlic, little pieces on there. Tasty. It's so savory. So good. I like a nice smoky, but not overly smoky. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want like lit campfire, but you want like a whiff of the smoke. That's about where these edamame sit. Movie itself, honestly, I was expecting the fight scenes to be garbage. You've come a long way in the last 3 or 4 years in both like Marvel and Star Wars fight scenes. These fight scenes actually held up. They were very entertaining, and it was less talky Marvel and more like let's fighty Marvel, which is a plus in my mind. I'm giving the edamame a 4.25 out of 5 balls.
I love that the sake bottle has grippies on it, so I'm just gonna pour one. It's a little hot. Now I'm gonna pour this one for Bear, because he's my bestie, just like Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm gonna pull this one for myself. I totally did not use the right things, but kampai, and cheers to a really interesting movie. It was very, very Deadpool. Sake is really nice. It's smooth. It's got like a very fine rice aftertaste. There's nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. I love our house sake here. We usually get like 1 or 2 bottles every time that we come here. It's like a 4 out of 5 sake.
And so cheers to my bestie, the princess. I can't help but cheer to the bromance that is Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. They're probably the only reason this movie happened, because if you're expecting going to this movie anything but an absolute Deadpool, ridiculous, just gag fest, then you might be in for a bad time. Ooh. As smooth as Hugh Jackman's delivery. 4 out of 5 plus. This gorgeous little slice right here is the vegan ramen.
don't tell Domu I like the noodles here a little bit more. Oodle Noodle knows what's up. And then they have this, oh, this one's kind of empty. It's usually more full, but this powder here, and I love putting this in my ramen. Bear like get some for me when we order it to go, so I'm just gonna. You can get all kinds of extras here in your ramen, like if you want to put fried garlic or more tofu skin or tomatoes. I do recommend extra tofu skin and tomatoes. So I'm just gonna go in here. Well, actually, before I grab this, like Bear says, if the broth is trash, the bowl is trash. So, I love the broth. It's like slightly on the sweet side, but then when you add the flakes, it gives it like this nice, like savory and sweet, like spicy, sweet. Really good little journey there. I really like the broth, so I know the bowl is not going to be trash. Now let me go back to getting these noodles. Beautiful Oodle Noodle. Don't actually eat ramen like that. It's very impolite, just like Deadpool is at all times. I love this bowl. I get it all the time. I would say it's a 5 out of 5. It's a Princess Cities item, and if you want like a good bowl of vegan ramen, Oodle Noodle's got you.
Absolutely love the plating of a bowl. Like, it's a bowl, plated. The corn, the noodles, the grilled tomato, a little bit of the seaweed, the sliced mushroom, tofu skin, crispy tofu skin in a bowl. Delicious. A little bit of the broth. Thank you, Princess, for trying that for me to make sure that the bowl is indeed a bowl. A little bit of noodle, a little bit of broth. A little bit of noodle, a lot of bit of broth. I tell you that sometimes, just sometimes, it is worth venturing out to the theme park bubble. A couple miles, just a couple miles, mind you. You can take an Uber from Universal here for like a nice, tasty dish that has great sake, great ramen, for a lot more than you're ever going to get in the parks, and 1,000 times better than you get in the parks. I'm not from the parks, but there's a lot of good food in Orlando you don't normally see if you don't ever leave that bubble. Oodle is one of those places, and it's literally like less than a mile from Universal. Tasty bowl. As tasty as Ryan Reynolds? Depends on the day. I don't know if he was as tasty in this movie. Not as tasty as this ramen. This ramen is a 5 out of 5 claws. It's on the Bear Sets list. The hardest part about coming here is choosing between everything that's so good on the menu. I trust the menu here at Oodle so explicitly that I got something I've never had before. I just went all in. They have a kimchi ramen special. The kimchi ramen, the kimchi broth, spices of that chasu, crumbles. Like, I've never had anything here that I hate, and I have faith that I'm not going to hate this. Wait. I'm gonna try the broth first. Ooh. I was worried with kimchi being like sour, that with like a savory broth it wouldn't go, but it gives it like a Korean style sweet and sour like sort of flavor that just sort of works. It's like sweet and sour ramen. I like that. Ooh, and there's a little bit of spice too. I give it like a 3 out of 10 on the spice scale. It's still a lot of flavor. I know I'd love that. I didn't know I would love it that much. The bean sprouts, the broth, the spice of it, the flavors that are already soaked in the broth, makes me feel like everything in here is a treat. That's also a 5 out of 5 clause. I know that you'll hear people say, go to Domu, go to Jinya. Do not sleep in Oodle Noodle. Their menus may not be as big as some of the other places, but they make up for that in the quality. So here we have one of their premier desserts. You have this clear gelatin with a brown sugar glaze and soy powder. It looks beautiful. It's giving me Takumite vibes, which is just going to make the princess want to go back, which is dangerous. She's been asking to go back now for probably close to a year. So eventually we're going to do that. Ooh, look at that drip. Bring this tray with me before I spill it around. That is a texture obstacle course, but the flavor is delicious. Sticky, sweet. In looks, it's Jello. In taste, texture, and like consumption, I wouldn't even allow this to be left in a room with Jello. Give this 4.5 out of 5 claws. Definitely give it a shot. I'm not gonna lie, we have been gatekeeping this place from you guys for a very long time.
We have been coming to Oodle. We are regulars at Oodle. Gosh, I don't even know.
Since it opened.
Which has been what, like a year?
Year and a half, 2 years almost, going on 2 years.
Yeah.
It's just so good, and it's like one of those places. Yeah. It's like we've been wanting to do a review here, sort of like finding a reason to do one because it's super close to Universal. Literally just over that hill, back up that way, and one light is Universal. You have STP over here. There's good food here, but Oodle is like one of our favorite ramen places. The staff is excellent. The service is excellent. We've never had a problem here. And even their to-go, if you want to take it back to your hotel, they package the noodles and broth separately. Perfect.
I want to say this is the first restaurant that we've gatekeeped on this channel, period. And I hate to say it's because it's this that good, but they really deserve all the love. So definitely come down to Oodle, try all of their amazing food, and tell them that Princess and the Bear sent you.
And be nice to them, and you had better tip, or I will find you. As for Deadpool, what rating would you give Deadpool and Wolverine? I would say Deadpool and Wolverine was a 3.5 out of 5 Deadpools. I'm Team Wolverine though. I'm definitely giving it a 3.5. It's definitely a watch again. It's not going to be like my favorite Marvel movie, but if you've been watching Marvel since like the early days, like the early days, there's something in there for everybody. Yes, absolutely. But now, if there's anything else like this says do, the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and we have new videos 5 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. We will see you soon. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, maybe we'll just keep gatekeeping local eats instead of sharing them with you guys. I really don't want to do that. You're the girl.